Leo, what is up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Happy day. I hope you're doing well. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive. The learning card popped out. I'll put it back in because we just started. I hope you're doing well today, guys. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers, welcome. I'm a firm believer that we embody all the energies. So as long as the message resonates with you and your situation, then it's meant for you. All right, guys, let's get going. Leo, highest and best message. All right, so calm. I like this. So kind of taking a step back, reevaluating. We are currently in the winter months, right? Contemplating if you have children, maybe you're hermiting a little bit right now. Children can, if you don't have kids, this can also represent like our inner child, right? Reflection, focusing on where we're getting our energy, where we're getting that source of our fuel. And this is, I get this feeling of like, maybe a little bit of fear around it. It looks like you are trying to connect, trying to communicate, whether this is you between your child or if you, have children with a partner, trying to reach out, connect with them. It looks like kind of what I was hearing about that sourcing new fuel is it's like maybe you're not feeling like you have the strength, the stamina to move through a certain situation because you feel limited, And like I said, this could be something that's definitely attached to childhood woundings. I just split right to the death card. So death and rebirth, death and the Empress, so a lot of times where we land in life or certain things that we go through, they challenge us, right? To grow, to evolve, to become better versions of ourselves, etc. It looks like you finally, there is this peace and calm in your life right now, Leo, where you are able to take that moment to reflect and really look at what has been happening lately, what has been happening over the last 6 or 8 months, etc. I'm seeing that sun and moon cycle. That could also be, I saw it as the sun and the moon. So those cycles, right? The daily cycles that we go through, trying to find a sense of stability and peace. All right, let's look at this a little deeper. Okay, so heartbreak. Sorry, guys. That's a tough energy to start off the reading. 3 of Swords is heartbreak, it's grief, it is sadness about places that maybe, you, like I said, this source card comes very strongly for me to you. Places where like you had the best intentions, maybe you thought you would show up in a different way, in a more empowered way, and it didn't specifically happen, right? So now there's a lot of pain. And I think, what this is actually forcing you to do is take a step back to calm down a little bit, right? Like we said, that first energy. So you can reevaluate, so you can become a little bit more grounded. That's what the 6 of Pentacles is all about. It's that equal give and take, that reciprocity. Sometimes life doesn't work out that way, but I feel like for you, this is definitely that message of needing to just find a little bit more stability. All right, so dealing potentially with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, definitely feminine energy. Queen of Pentacles is like my mama card, right? So she is that quintessential mother. You might be, like I said, if you're dealing with the mother or the father of your children, that energy comes through very strongly. This can also just be someone who has a very nurturing and motherly presence, regardless of what gender they are. We all have both feminine and masculine energies. This person definitely looks like they're self-protecting with that Four of Pentacles, not really letting you in, you know. This is also a lot of clarity coming to this situation. You know, I feel like with this communication for you, Leo, sorry, I'm a little shaky. I gotta eat some food. Sorry, guys. All work, no play, you know. No, but I feel like with this communication card, like you're really desiring to maybe connect with this person to clear the air, you know. You weren't as balanced maybe dealing with them as what you thought you had been or hoped. And there is a lot of pain from this right now, right? That Page of Cups, it's kind of like where you guys aren't being as honest and open and vulnerable, and that's definitely challenging for Leo energy, right? It's like, you know, you guys are used to being kind of front and center, having the appearance that your stuff is together, etc. But I feel like you're really being challenged with what truly makes you happy. And it does feel like it is directly related to this person. But there's something that's kind of stopping you, Leo. There's something that's making it really hard to bring this situation together in harmony. Because it's changed. It's completely changed now, guys. That's obviously that confirmation I cut to that card earlier. So death is more that cycle of death and rebirth, right? When we're closing out a chapter and beginning something new. But it looks like for you, Leo, this situation has definitely shifted in a huge way for you. And I feel like in a way that you weren't expecting. And now that things have, to me, for you, this Two of Wands is now that things have come to light, it's making it really hard to go back. A lot of times this happens when we get so caught up in the ego, in the pride, in justifying either our bad behavior or why we're doing certain things, etc. And it snowballs, right? The snowball effect, essentially. And I feel like whatever this dynamic is with this person or situation, you know, it snowballed way past what your intentions were. And so now this person is definitely, like I said, there's a lot of self-protected energy. They might not be opening up to you. They might not be communicating with you right now. Let's look a little deeper at them. Five of Pentacles. So they're moving from the 4 to the 5. I mean, 2 aces for them too. So to me, it's like from their perspective, they kind of see the situation for what it is. Maybe they felt like you were only coming to them for certain things, had like ulterior motives type vibe, not necessarily feeling like you truly cared about the situation, especially with that 5 of Pentacles energy. That's that vibe of feeling like left out in the cold, or, you know, like someone's not paying attention to you. It's also that energy of putting your I was going to say energy, sorry, it's redundant, but putting your energy, you know, towards something else. And it feels like this person, like they're not even really paying attention to you or the situation anymore. But there is history between you two for sure, and like a strong connection. That's love, that's nostalgia. There's that Judgment card that flipped out when I was pulling for this other side. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you guys are kind of at this impasse. I feel like I said, there was this big snowball effect. It created this dynamic that instead of making things more fluid and come together, it's actually pushed you guys further apart. And like I said, this person doesn't really feel like they want to engage anymore. They're kind of off doing their own thing now. And I feel like you are having a lot of epiphanies around this. It probably was a very challenging energy to navigate when it all started falling apart. But what I love for you right now, Leo, is there is a little bit more calm and reflection. Sevens are all about like waiting to see how things manifest. Okay. But this, I do feel like a conversation needs to happen. I'm not going to lie, because there's a lot of misunderstandings on both ends. And it's obviously you guys aren't able to work together. And especially if you have kids with each other, that's just making it worse, right? If you're in a co-parenting dynamic, obviously being parents, you need to have open communication in order to keep things on the up and up. When we don't, what's that phrase? Communication is key to any relationship. Without it, it's very easy to think or feel that someone else has different intentions than what they actually do. But I feel like, from your end, Leo, you still feel like you have options. And I feel like you're trying to assess them. You're not specifically happy with how things have gone, but there still is this part of you that feels like you can work it out. You can figure it out. You can find a way. That's what that Knight of Swords is all about, right? He strategizes, he plans, he tries to find the best way forward, and is usually pretty successful with it. That can also relate back to this Source card. But it does, like I said, it does definitely look like you guys are going to be having a conversation. This is going to help bring things out. But it definitely feels like the changes in this dynamic are pretty permanent. What has happened, and I don't mean to be bleak about that. We are in Mercury retrograde right now until the 18th of January. So just remember that, this is the time to rehash old things, especially when it comes to communicating, open up. Sometimes that can be a little misconstrued during this time. I think there's fear about what is lurking in the corner. It's almost like fear of what you're going to find out. But I don't think you need to fear, Leo. I think that this is about you empowering yourself. Sometimes our fears seem worse than what the reality actually is. And this is basically saying that, it sucks, the position that you're in right now. It's not fun. If we hole ourselves off and don't talk about it, then it goes back to that snowball analogy, right? And if you want to go after what you desire, then you have to claim it, right? You have to communicate with this person, or else it's going to be too little too late, So don't let that fear stop you. Even if the conversation doesn't go exactly how you want or anticipate, it's still good to get it out in the open. Because you're just going to continue this pattern of keeping trying to make plans, trying to figure out how to get this person's attention or reconnect or, and in reality, the simplest, most straightforward way to get what you want is by talking about it, right? Just opening up the lines of communication. And for whatever reason, maybe you feel like you can't right now. I know these things are not easy, so just know I'm sending so much love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. If you want some support, I'm always here. I would love to look into your personal situation. If not, I hope that this video helped navigate things a little bit easier. I drop content every day, so definitely check out the channel. I appreciate all the love and support. Many blessings. Thanks for tuning in.